Half a month has passed. Is the other party willing to take the initiative to come back? Choose the most responsive card from the 3 represented. Double-click the card to establish a connection. Before revealing, remember to comment your chosen word. Enhance the connection with the card face further. The opinions expressed do not represent the position of the station. Have you chosen? First, let's look at the word choice. What we drew is an Ace of Swords. Drawing this card actually represents the other party in the next half month. There's still a good chance he'll come back on his own because he really wants to resolve some of the issues between us, like the obstacles we're facing, whether it's problems or, say, some communication issues between 2 people or outside obstacles. He really wants to make some positive efforts. I just want to face his thoughts with you, actually trying to overcome these difficulties, hoping to resolve some issues, but there might be action that might be a little slow. His action power is not as thoughtful as he is. Sometimes he thinks a lot. In fact, he has thought about some things in all aspects. He has a lot of concerns and wants to try hard to make up or solve the problem, but his action can't keep up with his thoughts. So there is a little lack in this respect, but he actually hopes to take the initiative to turn back and face the problem with you in the next half month. So it's worth looking forward to the next half month. For example, if you also want to sort it out with him, this is a good time. Let's look at the selection next. The character person we got is a reversed 7 of Cups. If we draw this card, the other party may still be in a very confused and tangled state in the next half a month, not knowing what to do. You see, this shadow facing these 7 cups is very tangled. I don't know how this relationship should go and how the 2 people should develop and solve problems. He's actually quite confused, especially about love. He's at a loss and doesn't know how to deal with it or how to solve it. He hasn't figured out what to do. In the next half month, he might be relatively... At this point, his own condition might also be rather ordinary. When a person is lost and clueless about feelings, he may lack initiative and motivation. That is to say, there are some particularly good thoughts and ideas. So in this situation, if you want the other party to take the initiative to come back to you, it might be a bit difficult, just a bit challenging, because he hasn't figured it out himself. How can he come to you, right? He hasn't figured out what to do, and it's no use looking for you, right? So at this time, if you can't let go of him in your heart, you might as well go find him for a chat. It's about facing his confusion and bewilderment with him to see if we can...
about 2 people solving it.
This might be much better than him alone on the internet, especially if the other party is a bit resistant. Before communicating, you can first clear some of the negative emotions on him, such as some dissatisfactions and complaints between each other. Then go to communicate, because he is not really letting go right now, but rather lost and confused, right? Let's look at the selection rules next.
Days.
We got a new choreography by Mickey. This card, the other party's current thoughts. He's quite pessimistic. In the next half a month, he wants to convince the other side. The probability of me actively coming back to you might be a bit small, even smaller than this card's odds. Why? Because the other party is now about the future between the 2. He feels full of questions again, and he will feel that the 2 people can't face and solve problems together. He thinks the 2 people simply don't have the energy to work together. Just tell him. He may feel in the present that you're going your way, I am going mine. We both have our own thoughts. It's hard to agree. It's hard to really face some things together. It's tough to be together. He can't see a promising future for the two of you, as he feels like the problems between you two can't be resolved, aiming for a very harmonious state. Although he may find it hard to let go of his feelings, he feels like it's very difficult. So at this point, it's pretty hard to get him to turn around on his own. If you still can let go of him, then at this time, give him that feeling, telling him that I'm willing to face it with him, right? I'm willing to make some adjustments to improve. Even need to give the other party some positive ideas to let him walk out of this pessimistic and negative idea. Believe that we can actually overcome some difficulties between each other. Instead of indulging in such negative emotions and states of annoyance, right? Otherwise, it's hard for him to get out of this state by himself. He's a bit stubborn. That's the overall situation we saw today. If you want to know more
regarding what's in your
give that person
heart,
right. What is he thinking? Has he given up on your relationship? What will happen to your future? Can you get back together? What are you going to do if you get back together? How big is it, right? How can we reconcile? You can come to me to look at our specific problems and analyze them in detail.